WAND News obtained those inspection reports in compliance with the Prison Rape Elimination Act, or PREA, for Logan Correctional Center from the last 3 years on record. Those are the years in which the allegations cited in the criminal cases and lawsuits previously reported on by WAND are said to have happened. The first, in 2015, shows there were 16 cases of staff sexual misconduct and staff sexual harassment toward inmates reported, but only 2 of those cases were substantiated. Then in 2016, more than 50 claims of sexual abuse and harassment were made against Logan Correctional Center staff, but only 3 of those cases were substantiated, 2 were listed as ongoing. And then in 2017, the last year on record for the Correctional Center, the total number of cases dropped to 45. None of them were substantiated, while 2 were listed as ongoing. In all, that totals 115 cases of sexual abuse and harassment against Logan Correctional Center employees from 2015 to 2017. But 2 criminal cases and 3 civil suits still remain. One of them details disturbing allegations made against a Women and Family Services counselor. We are withholding the name of the alleged victim per her request. I spoke to the woman bringing these accusations forward, and she says she just wants accountability. Few things are stronger than a mother's love. Not distance, not time, not even the bars of this prison.
He came to my door and asked me if I wanted him to call my daughter.
And with just one question from her prison counselor, Jane Doe says she was sucked into a cycle of sexual assault.
We went into the back classroom, and then he started asking me stuff about boyfriends or telling me that I was pretty and just stuff like that. So it switched right when we got alone. At first he kissed me and he was like, "Would you tell anybody if I kissed you?" And I was like, I don't know how to answer that. What kind of question is that?
What was your initial gut reaction when he first asked you that question and then leaned in to kiss you?
Kind of just shock. I don't know, in a way though, you're very vulnerable in that state, and it feels good for somebody to be like, "Oh, you're beautiful," and you know what I'm saying? So it's so confusing. He was also telling me that I would get in trouble too and stuff like that, so I wouldn't say anything. Even trying to get out of a situation like that, the people that you're gonna go to get out of that situation are the ones that are doing it.
What was going through your mind just day to day as you're just going about your day there at Logan?
I gotta do what I gotta do to call my kid. I have to do what I have to do to get by in this place.
What did those phone calls, those few minutes on the phone with your daughter, what did they mean to you while you were at Logan?
Everything, because the first 2 years I was in there, I didn't get to talk to her at all. He would even call and be like, "Oh, do you want to call your daughter?" Because I only had every other week, bi-weekly phone calls with them, and I was getting way more than that, so it was kind of using that as a tool to get me to where he wanted me to be.
Jane says her counselor continued to escalate the encounters and would touch himself while she was on the phone with her daughter. She says she endured all of it to keep hearing her daughter's voice once a week. Did he ever take things a step further than that?
Yes.
How so?
I don't really know how to say that. I don't really want to get into details, but there was 3 occasions, as I can recall right this second, that were more than just kissing.
Did he try to force himself on you in any way?
Yes.
A lawsuit Jane filed through the Uptown People's Law Center in Chicago details those harrowing allegations. In it, Jane accuses her counselor of forcing her to perform oral sex and engage in sexual intercourse.
I even got moved to other housing units that he wasn't supposed to be the counselor. I was supposed to get transferred to a new counselor, and he somehow was still my counselor.
The Department of Corrections eventually transferred her to Decatur Correctional Center, a move Jane believes was done in retaliation for the allegations against her counselor. Now out of prison, she's fighting back against her alleged abuser and for the women still inside Logan Correctional Center who can't share their stories. What does justice look like to you?
I would like for a sincere apology. I don't think that's going to happen. I would like for him to admit what he did and know that it was wrong.